Let's also get on board Ashok Mittal. He's CEO MK Comtrade. And Ashok, what's your sense, first of all, coming in for the gold and silver prices? There's no curbs that's going to go out, and of course the safe haven buying has perked the prices higher, but are you buying at these levels?
Hi, Mish. I think it is a momentary upside momentum which you have seen in gold silver prices. Fundamentally, we don't see there is a reason for gold prices or silver prices to remain on the higher side, because we have not seen any investment demand coming there. We have seen SPDR holdings quite low in the last couple of weeks, so they are still at lower level, so that investment is not happening. We also expect that if Fed tapering happens, which is expected, say around $10 billion, so that will put another pressure on say gold silver prices. So, and technically also we think that around 1280 to 1300 level is a good resistance level for gold. So our idea would be to actually use these upticks to sell gold and silver both. So we are selling gold around say $1275, $1280, and we don't think it is going above say $1300. So you have a say stop loss around say $20, and the downside we will expect $1250 and maybe $1220 coming. So I think on the Indian market, 29,900 or 30,000 should be a good level to sell, and we can easily see say 200, 300 rupees move on the downside. Similarly, silver also, I think 20.30, 20.40 should be sold with a say $0.50 stop loss on international markets, and downside we can expect $1 or more. I think the 46,000 and 45,800 range should be sold, and on the downside we can see 43,000 rupees, because we don't see any reason to invest in gold silver right now when the price has already say moved up, and we still feel that once we should use these upsticks for selling, and then we expect good amount of correction happening both on gold and silver.
Look at the base metal prices right now, because the Chinese data has been slower. The major buyer has seen lower economic numbers coming in, and the kind of sell-off that we have seen in emerging markets, how much of a dent would that put on this sector?
I think the entire base metal pack, and within that copper is really not looking good, because China is not showing good signs, and we expect that even next year their GDP growth may be lower, maybe 7.4% or so. So we're not seeing any demand coming up from China, and at the same time now they will have Lunar New Year, so there will be vacation, so you will not see that day-to-day demand which is expected to happen. So our idea would be in LME 3-month forward copper, we should see somewhere around say $7,000. So you have a scope of say $200, $300 downside from the current level. So any upticks, in fact in the last few sessions we saw a good amount of uptick happening on base metal prices, especially copper, so should be used to sell, and we will expect, so if we see around $7,000, that will be a good amount of correction. So we should see around say 10-12 rupees downside from current levels in case of copper. So base metal really not looking good to buy as of now.
Ashok, in agro space, how are you looking at the trades coming in there now? Because we've seen some bit of consolidation coming in for the sugar prices, some decline for the wheat prices, though. How are you checking up the whole space?
Yeah, I think the entire space has been quite diversified. We have seen a couple of commodities 2-3% up, to some of them are 2-3% down, so it has to be quite say commodity specific from that perspective. We see sugar prices in an overall perspective, say long-term perspective, should be actually firming up, and we should use dips to buy. So I think chana we have a view where long-term perspective is on the buy side. Coriander has run up a lot, in fact, in the last few sessions, so we expect some kind of correction happening on there. Castor seed prices actually went up, and then they have corrected in the last few sessions, and we expect them to get stabilized at current levels, say around 4,000 should be a good support level for them, and we will expect around say 10-12% upside happening in castor prices in the next few months. So it will be quite mixed, I think, and then we have to be very commodity specific. Within the sectors, we will expect that oil and oilseed space is good from long-term investment perspective. We will use the dips to buy.
Fair point. But that completely out of time on hot commodities as well. Thank you for watching.